Peanut the squirrel was at more than a $2.5 billion market cap just a couple of weeks ago, and now it's currently sitting at $600 million in today's video. I'm going to be giving you my full price prediction of Peanut the squirrel. Where do I expect Peanut to go? Can Peanut make a 100x during this 2025 crypto bull run? I'm going to be going over full technical analysis, fully analyzing Peanut, and giving you where I expect Peanut to go in this bull run. If you do enjoy today's video, make sure to smash the like and subscribe because it supports the channel. First things first, we come to an extremely long-term time frame like the daily chart, so I can actually see the entire chart. I also changed it over to market cap here on Dex Screener, so now I can see the overall valuation based on market cap, because if I was base the overall valuation on price like you see here, it really doesn't mean much to me to say, okay, Peanut is at a 62-cent valuation. It really makes a lot more sense to see how it actually relates to market cap. And I can see, okay, it's at a $600 million market cap. I know there's going to be support at 500 million. The next zone is 250 million, 100 million, and those types of zones are going to play and act as either support to resistance. First thing I'll do is come over to the indicators, add the EMA, moving average exponential, double click on the line. We'll actually change the length to 20, and I will change this line to be orange. And now we have the 20 exponential moving average on the chart. The reason I really like this on the chart is because I like to trade in the direction of the slope. So if we actually have a positive slope on the EMA, so the EMA is moving up and to the right like this orange line, that would actually mean we only look for longs in the market, because the overall market is showing us that there's a higher probability of more upside momentum. But if we actually have the EMA starting in the top left and moving down to the bottom right, this is only a shorting market, because the market is telling us right now that the overall probability is higher probability to continue to the downside. So we'd rather look for shorts when we actually come back, retest the EMA, look for even more shorts to the downside. Completely opposite to the type of strategy where we look for big pushes up, come back to the EMA, then look for a continuation to the upside. So right now on the daily chart, we can see that Peanut clearly has a bit of a downtrending exponential moving average, which actually tells us that right now is not the current time to be buying and looking for long-term positions on Peanut, because it's actually showing us and telling us that there could be a little bit more of a retracement. But after this retracement is done, we could actually look to buy Peanut at the absolute lows and potentially look for those 100x gains to the upside. If Peanut were ever to make it back to this $250 million market cap zone, just a retest of the old all-time highs would be a 10x gain in the market. So there's definitely a lot of value in actually trying to find where we do expect Peanut to go. One thing that I would like to do is change to a more shorter term time frame. So actually come down to the 4 hour, not an extremely short term time frame. The reason we got this major explosion to the upside is because Peanut got listed on Binance. You can basically see this was the listing on Binance. We moved from a $100 million market cap all the way up to 500 million, and then we rocketed from 500 million all the way up to this $2.5 billion market cap zone. And also one thing that you will notice is there's basically no support in this area. Once we got this major breakout in this zone, there is no support all through this area. There's no major market structure. We literally came through this area and went directly up. Even with this last region at this 500 million, there really is no even support to resistance flip. We literally came up to this region, moved sideways for literally half a day, and then just rocketed up to the upside. So there really is not much market structure in this region. The reason I'm really bringing this up is because when I scroll out on the 4 hourly time frame, where is price currently coming down to retest? You can look. This would be the last zone of a bit of a support to resistance flip, because initially we had that resistance, failed to break out, then we get that huge explosion to the upside. So what we could expect is another retest of this area, which is around this $400 million market cap zone. Also, the reason that I do say that this is a higher probability play is because look at the exponential moving average on this 4 hour chart. We're seeing the EMA sloping down and to the right. Now, as I showed you previously, what does that mean? That means we only look for shorts. And as I just explained, you want to look for shorts when we come back to the average price, look for the continuation to the downside. So look at where we are right now. We've had a strong push to the downside. We're right now retesting this exponential moving average. This is actually a perfect zone to be looking for another continuation in the direction of the trend. Since the long-term direction is pointing down and to the right, it just tells us that right now has a higher probability of continuing to the downside. So if we do have that high probability of continuing to the downside, where would be some zones that we could turn around? So this initial zone at around this $400 million market cap zone makes sense that this would be a high liquidity zone and would be an area that we could start to look for some short-term longs. But as I spoke about, there really is no support in this region because there was no real resistance. It's really going to struggle as a support to resistance flip. The next true zone that truly has a strong support to resistance flip is at this around this $100 to $150 million market cap zone. The reason I say this is this initial major push to the upside. Where did we have a rejection? We rejected it around this $100 million market cap zone. We crushed down to this 20 million. We basically came back up to this $100 million zone and had another basic failure until we finally got this huge breakout. This breakout was when we got the Binance listing for PNUT and when we got that major explosion. So really what I'm expecting, this last major support to resistance flip is really in this area right through here. So that's where I would actually expect, if price was to come to an absolute long-term low, this would be the price range that I'm actually looking for longs. Not only that, if we're able to get back in this position, it's really going to give us a strong entry, because if we're able to get in back at this $100 million zone, just to push back to old all-time highs would be a 20x gains, absolutely huge gains. But again, I am expecting PNUT to make a bit of a decline because there is just no market structure on this left-hand side actually holding PNUT up. There is absolutely no market structure. The last region of market structure is in this $100 to $150 million zone. So it would make sense that PNUT could basically have one more push to the downside. And this is now where I'd be looking for my long-term positions. It could even come earlier, but I would need to wait for that stair-stepping pattern, because what you need to see is continuous high, then we actually make a high low, beating out this low. Then we make a high, then we make another high low, and high, then another high low. So we need to look for this stair-stepping pattern. And currently right now we don't. When we scroll out, we look at this stair-stepping pattern, you can actually see a stair-stepping to the downside. You can see it moving down, coming back to the EMA, moving down, coming back to the EMA. So you can see lower high, whereas we're making lower low, and potentially right now even making another major lower low. So you just need to play the probabilities. You overall need to play the market. You need to find where the market structure actually lines up, even though that would actually be another major decline. That would actually be a 70% drop from here, but it is really good to actually understand where your analysis lines up for a strong long-term position on PNUT, this meme coin. Get a massive 10% off all of your meme coin trading fees. Use TradeWiz bot, the link in the video description. You get free access to their copy trading and also their smart wallet feature. When we look at the entire meme coin market, we can come over to CoinMarketCap and see all of the biggest meme coins, Dogecoin being basically the biggest meme coin, Pudgy, Pengu, basically pushing as one of the top meme coins. We can even see it right here, PNUT being the 136th biggest meme coin in the market. As we spoke about, $600 million market cap. When we compare it to something like Doge has nearly a $50 billion market cap. Even Shiba and Pepe pushing that $10 billion market cap. If PNUT was able to get anywhere close to that $10 billion market cap, that would basically give us more than a 15x in the market. One thing that's really hard to do is actually to give a true price target of where you expect PNUT to go, because when we look at this chart, there has been no price action in all of this region above this $2.5 billion market cap zone. So it makes it hard to actually add technical analysis to your arsenal because there has been no technical analysis. Whereas when you compare to a stock or a crypto that's been around for many, many years, you can actually go through and look at the entirety of how it's been trading to make some judgments. Whereas here, PNUT is such an early coin, made this huge explosion to the upside. There's only really a few tools that we can actually use. One of them is known as this trend-based Fibonacci extension tool. What we will need to know is roughly where the low for PNUT will be. So if PNUT was actually to make it back to this short-term support to resistance and not to this long-term support to resistance as I spoke about, it's around this $400 million market cap zone. Now I need this level because when I come over, I use the trend-based Fibonacci extension. I go all the way from the low where price was actually began, go all the way to the top of this 2.5 billion, and then I actually need to go at where the long-term retracement actually ends. So if I'm expecting it to end to around this $400 million market cap zone, can leave the trend-based extension there and actually look for where we line up to the 1618. This is one of the zones that you would look to actually get out at least a portion of your position. The 1618 being at this $4.28 billion market cap. If we're actually entering it around this $400 million zone, that's basically more than a 10x at this initial target. But this isn't all the target. We have a 2618 target, a 3618 target, a 4236 target. You can see it's actually some of these targets hitting at around this $10 billion market cap zone. Again, giving PNUT around a 15x market potential. But when we look at the initial chart, this is potentially only a wave one of a 5-wave push. We've made an initial major wave one push. We're making a small wave two decline, and then the wave three is usually the biggest and strongest push out of the entire market, which would actually expect it to push to around that 3618 level. That first real long-term target would be at this $10 billion market cap zone. The reason that not only does this perfectly line up with that 3618, it also lines up with this market cap zone. As you would understand, especially for trading meme coins, that market cap plays an extremely significant role. You see a lot of coins selling out at the $100 million market cap zone because it's well known that the initial $100 million market cap zone is a resistance zone, just like we saw in this initial push, basically push from 200,000 market cap all the way to 100 million, drop down 80% drop, went all the way back up to 100 million, another 60% drop, and then had that continuation. So you need to understand that these levels going to play strong significance in the market. And right here, waiting for that stair-stepping pattern, we currently haven't got the long-term signal to get into PNUT. We've still got the long-term trend signaling down and to the right, but overall we've found some potential support to resistance flip zones that once we start to come into this area, we look for that stair-stepping pattern, breaking the higher high and higher low pattern. We look for the continuation. We look for for the overall EMA to then flick to the upside. We then look for our long-term position and look to hold PNUT to over a $10 billion market cap. To learn even more about meme coin trading and to jump on my latest copy trading masterclass, make sure to check out my website in this video description, where you currently get a 70% off Christmas discount, and it's not going to last for very much longer. I'm still extremely bullish on PNUT. These are the types of charts that do actually end up with a long-term strong bullish momentum signal. Reason being is all of this selling is going to scare out a lot of people. They're going to say, wow, PNUT was at 2.5 billion. I'm never going to be buying back at 400 million or 200 million. This is going to give us our absolute long-term edge as we're continuously staying on top of some of the biggest trending meme coins while people are actually moving on to the latest meme coin that joined today, joined tomorrow. I'm still keeping an eye on some of the strongest potential meme coins in this 2025 bull market. So there we have it for PNUT and this Memecoin Supercycle. If you have enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash the like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.